One of the reasons that working with video inside of Flash is so easy is because our Flash player that we're working with is a component. Now let's go take a closer look at that. I'm going to go up to our video layer up in here, move our playhead down a little bit, and we can see our component dropped right in. And if we select it, we can see we've got a whole bunch of different component parameters that we can use to control it. Let me collapse the position and size one so we can see a little bit better. We've got lots of different settings that we can use to change the way our player is going to play back our video. Notice some of the defaults. Our video is center aligned and it auto plays. So as soon as our video shows up, it starts playing. We can change that behavior just by clicking in the box right here. We've got an easy to use scale mode, and that just scales our player to match the video. And we can also see the settings for our skin and the source for our video file right here. So we can change either of those whenever we want. In addition to that, we've also got the color and the alpha for the controller to change here as well. Another neat thing we can do is turn on the skin auto hide, and that way if the user isn't using the controls, they'll simply hide themselves and get out of the way. Now with those two changes, let's just do another quick test movie and see how we've modified our video playback. Let's just open up our submenu down here. We'll go to our video, and you can see first of all, this time the video stopped. It's not playing because we turned off autoplay. And we can also not see the controls until we actually move the cursor on top of the video, and then they reveal themselves. And of course, we can play the video just by hitting the play button. Now let me close up this preview, and let's take a little bit closer look at these components that we have to work with. Our components have a panel to themselves, so I'm going to go up to the Windows menu. We'll pull down, and right down here at the bottom we have our Components panel. We have some basic other devices that we can use to build interfaces like checkboxes, radio buttons, so you can try these out as well, and they work in a similar way to the video one. But our video one is down in its own folder. The one we're using is the FLV Playback. And CS5 has a brand new version of this called the 2.5 Playback controller, and it even gives us live previews. So let's give it a try. Now the first thing I want to do is get rid of the video that we have in here already. We can't use both of these at once in the same file. So I'll just click onto the video that we have on our desktop and hit the delete key. Now components are also library items, so we're going to have to go into our library real quick. Let me pull down just a little bit so we can see some more. And we can see that we have an FLV playback in here as well. Now you'll need to get rid of this one in order to use the second one. So I'll select it in the library file, and then we just press the trash can icon to get rid of it. Now I can just drag in another version of the playback component, but this time we'll grab the 2.5 one. I'll drag it right into place on the stage. You can see that it dropped right into my video layer, and it's taking the place of the old one that we had. Now let me tuck my components away because we're not going to need them again for a little while. And let's just center up our video on the stage and make it look nice. You can see we've got a lot of the same properties over here. And it even sets itself up with the same skin we had last time. And we can just click the edit button to change that if we want to. The source area is blank, so let's just set that up. I'll click on the pencil icon, and we'll just browse out to the second video file that we created, the one for Street Luge. All I need to do is pick up the F4V version that we just made. I'll click open, and we'll click OK, and it'll load it on up. As you can see, you don't need to use the import option from the file menu all the time. You can just drag out an FLV, select the skin you want, and set up a source to it right here. You'll actually get the same thing. But this way you'll also get to use the 2.5 version of the player. We can already see one of the differences in the player, and that is you can actually see the video without going out to test movie. In fact, the entire video player works in here. If you just click on that video player to activate it, go down to your controls, we can start playing the video and previewing it without even going out and making a SWF file. Now that's pretty neat.